The Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Madame Pauline Teller, Honorable Minister of State for Health, Dr. Senator Mamora, distinguished guests and invitees, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on existing protocol. I'm really delighted to be associated with this event today. I would like to take this opportunity as a host to deliver the message from Dr. Matshidiso Moeti, the WHO Regional Director for the African region, on this occasion. The 6th United Nations Global Road Safety Week is celebrated 17th through 23rd of May to mobilize leaders and communities to work together to make our road safer in the lead up to the launch of the global plan for the decade of action for road safety 2021-2030. Every year, 1.4 million people die from road traffic injuries worldwide. Today, it's the leading cause of death for children and young people between the age of 5 and 29 years old. The WHO African region accounts for only 3% of registered vehicles globally, but 20% of global road traffic deaths, with nearly 272,000 Africans dying on our road each year. 40% of these casualties are pedestrians. Speed is a leading risk factor for road traffic deaths and injuries. Evidence shows that lowering speed limit in urban areas reduces the risk of fatalities and keeps vulnerable road users safe, including pedestrians, cyclists, children, elders, and people with disabilities. Overall, an increase in average speed of 1 kilometer per hour translates to a 3% higher risk of a crash and a 4 to 5% increase in fatality, like the previous speakers emphasized. Most countries have set a default limit of 50 kilometers per hour in urban areas. Countries in Europe and North America have successfully enforced this limit in selected urban areas. In African countries such as Malawi, Namibia, Zambia, Botswana, and others, the advocacy of local leaders has led to legislation to implement 30 km per hour speed limits around schools. These are positive steps to protect children, and I urge other countries to take similar measures. Many challenges remain, including building adequate infrastructure to support policies, strengthening multi-sectoral collaboration, gaining political commitment, and awareness raising to make sure members of the public know, understand, and act in line with new regulations. As WHO, we are supporting countries to overcome these challenges, to build capacity to implement evidence-based solutions, and to enhance data quality for better monitoring and planning. We are also collaborating with partners to mobilize financial and human resources to make our roads safer. Over the past 10 years, the UN Decade of Action for Road Safety 2011-2020 has garnered political commitment and led to the development of evidence-based intervention to save lives and prevent injuries. Building on this success, the UN General Assembly has called for a second decade of action for global road safety 2021-2030, with a goal to halve road traffic deaths and achieve my ambitious milestone. Achieving this milestone will require urgent actions by governments, civil society organizations, and international partners. So this Global Road Safety Week, I call all leaders and communities to advocate for safer speed limit to save lives and to make our community healthier, greener, and more livable. Yes, speed contributes to traffic crash and death, but it's not speed alone. There are road signs, there are traffic lights. I would like to urge all of us to respect traffic lights. We see every day what happens on our road, how risky it is for a pedestrian to cross a road, even if in the way of the vehicles it's red. So I really like to take this opportunity to really urge all of us, beside controlling our speed, to respect traffic light and other signs on our road to make our road safer. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful speech. We'll proceed with the program by introducing the Permanent Secretary, humbly and honorably represented by Dr. Mberi Morris Nnamdi, FCA JP. Please, let's give him a wonderful clap. Okay, sorry about that. He is the Permanent Secretary. I'm sorry. He is the Permanent Secretary. Please, let's give him a wonderful clap. Then we have Barrister Ishaku Bamiyi, President, Automobile and Touring Club of Nigeria. Let's give him a wonderful clap of applause.
The one representing the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. The Permanent Secretary just introduced.
Okay. And then the next on our list is National President, Association of Driving Instructors of Nigeria, Umar Musa Mohammed. Let's give him a wonderful clap of applause. All right, next to give us a speech is the Minister of Transportation, represented by the Director, Road Transport, Mrs. Udu Njembi. Thank you. Let's give her a wonderful word. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. The Honorable Minister for Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Tallen, the Honorable Minister of State for Health, most distinguished Senator Dr. Mamora, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on existing protocols. I'm standing here representing my minister, Senator Gbemisola Saraki, who couldn't make it due to exigencies of duty. I read her speech. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the commemoration of the 6th biennial event of the United Nations Global Road Safety, hosted by the World Health Organization. The theme of this year's event, Streets for Life, could not have been more appropriate, bearing in mind that the issue of speed management is the focus of many countries today. I am particularly glad that this event has brought together individuals, governments, NGOs, corporations, and other international organizations to raise awareness on road safety and make changes that will hopefully reduce the number of deaths from Nigerian roads. The Global Status Report on Road Safety launched by WHO on 7 February 2020 highlights that the total number of annual road traffic deaths has reached approximately 1.35 million, of which 20 to 50 million suffered non-fatal injuries, and many incurring a disability as a result of injuries sustained. We are aware that road traffic injuries cause considerable economic losses to individuals, families, and the nation as a whole. These losses arise from the cost of treatment as well as loss of productivity for those killed or disabled as a result of injuries sustained, and for family members who need to take off time off work and school to care for the injured. Observing that road traffic injury is now the leading killer of people aged between 5 to 29 years, and that the burden is disproportionately borne by children, pedestrians, and motorcyclists, particularly those living in developing countries. Against this backdrop, we therefore must support efforts towards the reduction of road traffic crashes to the barest minimum through speed management. Road traffic crashes cost countries over 3 to 5% of their gross domestic products. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news is that we have come to understand that low-speed streets save lives. This simply means that addressing the risk of death in road traffic is fundamental to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, especially those hinged on tackling health security, sustaining safe cities, poverty, and reducing inequalities among and within countries. We therefore have to work towards achieving the targets of the United Nations 5 pillars of global road safety, which includes road safety administration, safer roads and road infrastructure, safer vehicles and mobility, safer road users, and 5, post-crash response. Under the present administration, the Federal Ministry of Transportation has promoted actions to prevent and eventually stop further road traffic deaths and injuries through collaborations and engagement with stakeholders, including the states through their commissioners of transport, promoting the education of transport union members on road safety measures, collaborating with Federal Road Safety Commission and VIO to harmonize road signs and markings in line with global best practices, promoting the establishment of vehicle assembly plants through public-private partnership and the equipping of new cars with minimum safety features, promoting the designation of sections of the road for non-motorized transport, and promoting the enlightenment of masses on the collective responsibility of all citizens to ensure road safety. In conclusion, therefore, in the light of this year's theme, the Federal Ministry of Transportation will prioritize it as a matter of policy. If speed management is given the attention it really deserves, it will no doubt curb road traffic crashes and ultimately save lives on the roads. Our commendation goes to the United Nations, the World Health Organization, law enforcement agencies for their initiatives on road safety and protection of lives globally, emergency service providers for saving lives, the VIO for keeping our roads safe, the Federal Road Safety Commission for promoting prompt response to distress calls at road crashes, Federal Ministry of Health for their emergency wards and trauma units, the Red Cross Society for their humanitarian services, and all other stakeholders. Thank you very much, and God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. May we give a resounding round of applause. I wish to deeply apologize for the little mix-up we had earlier. While we were listening to the World Health Organization speech, we witnessed the arrival of the special guest of honor in the person of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, ably represented here by the Permanent Secretary, General Services Office, Dr. Mberi Morris Namdi, FCA JP. You're welcome, sir. I wish to now invite the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Her Excellency Pauline Tallinn, OFR, KSG, to give her own message. You're welcome, ma'am.
The Honorable Minister of State, Health, my dear brother, distinguished Senator Adeleke Mamara, the representative of the SGF, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary General Services, representative of the Honorable Minister of Transport, representative of other ministers here present, the Co-Marshal of the Road Safety, ably represented by the Director, the Deputy of the Co-Marshal, Mr. H.Z. Famsuk, the representative of the World Health Organization, represented here by Country Rep. Dr. Walter, Country Director, UN Decade for Action on Road Safety, Dr. Sidney Ibenusi, Permanent Secretaries here present. We have the Permanent Secretary Health and the Permanent Secretary Women Affairs, development partners, civil society organizations, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start by commending the United Nations Country Director, UN Decade for Action on Road Safety for organizing this 6th United Nations Global Road Safety Week slated, and which kicks off today for a 1-week advocacy on road safety. I'm sure you will agree with me that the Ministry of Women Affairs, being the mother ministry, is very much concerned on the safety of our roads, because children are the life assets of every country, and their safety on our roads is the safety and the joy of every family. I therefore align on behalf of all Nigerian women and children, commend and congratulate the United Nations Office for coordinating and organizing this 6th Global Road Safety Week. The safety of our road is critical because the number of road accidents on yearly basis is alarming, it's on the increase. And this is due to impatience, carelessness, and lack of patience of most motorists. I, on behalf of all Nigerian women, align myself with all stakeholders gathered here today, all motorists, to ensure that we respect traffic road signs and obey all traffic lights in order to curtail and reduce road accidents. The zebra crossing on our routes sometimes is always neglected, where our children, when they close from school, should be safe when crossing the roads. But due to carelessness of some of our motorists, accidents occur even on that. I therefore want to call on all motorists to ensure that we respect road signs and ensure that all efforts are made to reduce road traffic accidents on our roads in order to save life. I'm particularly happy with the theme of this year celebration, which is Street for Life. Saving the lives of our children and respecting road signs will surely save lives. And when we save lives, we are also saving the future hope of this country. I commend you all for being part of this advocacy, and I hope that within the 1 week of this advocacy, we will be able to address some of the issues that has risen the high rate of road accidents on our roads. Once again, I commend the United Nations for keeping this date, 17th to the 23rd of May aside, in order to heighten advocacy and awareness on the safety of our roads. I thank the Ministry of Health for their efforts of ensuring that affected road accidents victims are quickly treated and attended to. And I call on our doctors and nurses to do more to save lives. Once again, I thank you all for being here at this very important advocacy program in order to save life. Thank you.
If those hands are not too busy, let's put them together again for the Honorable Minister. The next for the goodwill message is the representative of the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Director of Public Relations and Protocol, Mr. Sunday Baba. Please, let's encourage him to the podium.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, General Services, the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Tallen, the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Mamura, of State Health, Dr. Mamura, all other protocols duly respected. Please, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read a ministry speech immediately after this. The Honorable Minister would have been here, and the Permanent Secretary also would have been here, but they are engaged in other very important state matters. The speech goes like this. I am indeed glad to be part of this year's Global Road Safety Week. Nigeria as a country values our citizens, and it has become imperative that we ensure that every road user in the country arrives at their destination safely. You may wish to recall that the first decade of action for road safety of 2011 to 2020, which was officially proclaimed by the UN in March 2010, with the aim of reducing road crashes by 50% by the year 2020, has expired without meeting the set goals. However, the renewed UN declaration for the second decade of action starting from 2020 to 2030 with the same aim as the previous decade is a proof that we cannot give up the fight until the set goal of reducing road crashes by 50% by the year 2030 is achieved. I strongly believe that the United Nations declaration for the second decade of action can be achieved if all critical stakeholders play their parts, particularly the road users. We at the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture have always been upbeat in giving adequate publicity to all activities of all arms of government. Based on our statutory responsibilities, we continually project positively to the public all activities of government using the various channels of communication to agenda